Hey guys, Bird Yugioh here. So today I wanted to do a replay video for you, just showcasing a few decks, that I really like, and some more recent ones that I've actually have done on the channel, so you guys can kind of see the gist of how to play them. This isn't like a masterclass of how to play these decks, but definitely will give you an idea of what they do and how they do some of the things. And just so you know, all of my kind of miscellaneous videos that I'll do every week, they're not all going to be online like this. I will be doing some with actual cards on my mat, play testing that way. But yeah, today I thought we would do just a little fun little video like this, and we'll start with ABC. It's of course one of my favorite decks. And so this one is actually against a person, but some of these other ones will just be against a dueling robot. This one, so starting off with bread and butter combo. You'll do this basically anytime you open Union Hanger. It's super easy to do. And this hand is actually insane because of just these hand traps we have. And honestly, against this deck, I didn't know what I was playing. But so yeah, we're going to Union Hanger combo. And we are normal summoning the B, equipping Union Driver, using Union Driver's effect to equip C, so that you can then summon that C, which is obviously the only reason you're playing Union Driver. It's really good. And you're going to link those away for Union Carrier, use B's effect. If you had another piece in hand, you could have used C's effect to then summon, but we didn't. So we're just going this route. And we're using Union Carrier to equip the Photon Orbital. And then Orbital is going to get us another Galaxy Soldier. We already did have one in hand, but that obviously doesn't matter too much. We're going to use the Galaxy Soldier, ditch the A. We want to get that last piece to the grave as soon as we can, so that we know we can make a ABC Dragon Buster. Then use Galaxy Soldier to search another one. And then we're going to make our Nova Infinity. And then get our ABC Dragon Buster. And that's your combo. That's your bread and butter combo that you want to do every turn. And you can do it most turns. And then not only that, but we have 3 amazing hand traps to back these up. So this is pretty much a win against most decks. I don't know of very many decks that would be able to get past this. And so here, you could have used Ash Blossom, but I generally like to use stuff that the opponent knows I have first. So in this case, I'm using that Infinity first to negate the Adjuster Gold, or Adjusted Gold. And then we're going to use our Veiler. And then he's going to Mass Change into Anki, and then that's going to try... And then he's going to try to use use the Shadow Mist effect to search, and we don't want that going off, so we use the Skullmeister. And then he's going to go to battle phase and try to just get over our Infinity, and I don't want that to happen, so I'm banishing it with the ABC Dragon Buster and then tagging him out immediately to get our pieces. And then that card's banished, and pretty much just win from here, because then we're going to summon the B Buster, put everything in attack, and attack for game. So that was just the fairly, simple everyday combo, and actually this next one will show that again, because like I said, you're going to be able to do that most turns. So let's go back here. Now for the second ABC. This one we're actually playing against For Hire, which is a really fun deck. I like that deck a lot. So again, doing our ABC combo, except this time we do have the A Assault Core. You'll see how that changes it up a little bit. Not much though. You're doing your standard stuff. We're just being able to use that C Crush Wyverns effect to summon out that A. And then we're going to equip Photon Orbital, use that effect, get our Galaxy Soldier, of course, And then this time, see, so we're using Galaxy Soldier effect to search another one. And it's going to get hit with Infinite Impermanence. And so we don't get that effect off. We're still able to link, go into IP Masquerena, which in this case, in most cases, that's a pretty good idea to do. Make our ABC Dragon Buster. And we're sitting okay. Really the only usable hand trap we have is obviously the Skullmeister. But just having this Called by the Grave, again, against most decks is very powerful. And especially in this case, you'll see it does actually win us the game. That and actually the IP Masquerena. So this one, they're going to use the Reasoning and get out that Raphael, which is a really good card. I like that card a lot. And we're going to attempt to use the ABC Dragon Buster. But then he is going to use his effect. And so we're forced to tag out right away. And use our Hangers effect and whatnot. And then now is where I want to use Masquerena to get out the Unicorn. Because I pretty much know at this point our only threat is this Raphael. So we're going to use Unicorn, get rid of that. And then he's going to attempt to summon back from the grave. And you know what happens here because we have the Called by the Grave to banish that target. And then they lose pretty much. They quit. But we were going to win regardless because of the following turn. So, yeah, that's just a couple of replays for ABC. You guys probably at this point know how that deck plays. So now we'll do Machina, which I believe was my last deck profile that I did. So this is, again, a really fun deck. Granted, this matchup is an automatic loss. So you're playing Machina against Cyber Dragons, auto lose every time. Granted, we're playing against the dueling robot, so they don't win because for some reason their extra deck does not contain a Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon. But yeah, so we're going. I'll show you some of the plays. What's good about this is I'm able to show you kind of everything the deck does, and this is most of the time my favorite normal summon is Gear Frame. Just searches you whatever you need, and really with most of the other stuff you have, even if this does get, ashed or veilered or impermanence, whatever, you're still able to do stuff because of cards like Fortress or Irradiator, any of those. So in this case, we're of course searching the Irradiator, ditching Citadel, getting out the Fortress, and then we're going to use Irradiator to get Possessed Storage to grave, because then we're going to want to summon back that Possessed Storage to then summon back another Machina from the grave. So you'll see what we do here. Actually, let me go previous. So yeah, we get out the Irradiator, destroy the Gear Frame with Irradiator's effect to then summon out the Possessed Storage. And then we're able to just summon that back with the Gear Frame and also get Citadel's effect off because a card was destroyed, an Earth Machine type. And now from here, since I didn't have the card, the newer card Unclaspbar, now is the time when I wanted to make Gear Gigant X and then get that search off and then get that summon. It does restrict you from going into anything except for machine type. So if you did want to go into, like an IP Masquerena or something like that, you'd probably want to do that before you do the Unclaspbar effect. Maybe take these two and go into that. But in this case, we didn't. Just went right for the Gear Gigant X, search the Unclaspbar, and then he's going to be able to summon himself because he was searched. And then he's going to send another Citadel to grave. Remember, that's kind of the game plan. We want that Citadel in grave. And then we pass turn. This isn't the craziest board because we weren't able to make any other rank, 8s or anything like that. But we have our Citadel. Again, against any competent Cyber Dragon player, we lose this matchup every time. Because, you know, they would summon the Cyber Dragon, force you to use the Citadel on the summon to get rid of that, which I had to do, which I did. So destroy the Gear Gigant X, and then we again actually do get another Citadel on board, and then he normal summons a Dre, and in this case, obviously you would use the Cyber Dragon and all of my monsters to go into a 6,000 attack Chimera Attack Fortress Dragon for free and win, because I then have nothing. But in this case, it's the dueling robot, and so they're really dumb, and they decide to go to battle phase and just crash. And then obviously next turn, you just attack and win. So that's that first one. Again, against a normal player, we would have lost, but that's just kind of showing you what the deck does. And then I'll show you the second one here. This one is against an actual good, decent deck, or I guess version of a deck, because that Cyber Dragon, obviously Cyber Dragons are good, but that version they were playing was terrible. This one, we're obviously playing a very good Salamangreat deck, and they're going first, so we're going to be going second. So this again will kind of show you what we can do. Oh, and just so you know, I tried to use Gamma on Balinks because I didn't want them to get that Sanctuary, because that's kind of the key to the deck, but they ashed my Gamma. But then, you know, ashing a Gamma, yeah, it stops it then, but then I'll be able to use it again, which I will here when they make a Mirage Stalio. Then I'm able to Gamma that, which is actually more detrimental in this case. And they pretty much end turn with a Call by the Grave, Effect Veiler, and I drew an Irradiator. I was going to obviously search it if I didn't get it. And this is just great. Being able to use redeployment to ditch Citadel is ideal. That's always what you want. And I would have searched the Irradiator if I didn't have it, but in this case I did Fortress, and then my favorite normal summon, Gear Frame. So we're going to use that. It gets Veilered, which happens, but again, with this deck, you're able to play through that and still go on with your plays because of these two cards, basically. So the Irradiator, ditch the Possess Storage again. That's a great little combo, because you're going to be able to summon that Possess Storage back. So we're going to destroy, summon, and then Possess Storage again, summons back Gear Frame. So then we can go into a rank 4. And they're going to Call by the Grave the Citadel, which sucked, obviously. And then we're going to summon the Fortress by ditching the Resavager to summon out the Fortress. Go into Gear Gigant to search our Unclass Bar, summon the Unclass Bar because he was searched, send another Citadel, and here we are going to attack here. Since we destroyed a monster, we're able to get that Resavager, attack, and then this is where that Resavager comes in, because it will boost him by 1200, and that's going to be able to give us game. And then attack, and attack for game. So that kind of shows you how you can even play through, you know, Effect Veiler, Call by the Grave, all that stuff. And, you know, obviously they weren't able to do a board because of our hand traps. So yeah, just a good replay there. Now, Metalfoes. Let's load this one. Okay, here again, we're going second, so kind of give you an idea, and we're not playing against a crazy good deck, but I thought this one was kind of cool, showing you guys how you can OTK fairly easily with this deck. Obviously, if that could have stayed there, they would have had something, but it gets destroyed, so it was kind of pointless. But yeah, here, use our rescue rabbit, summon out 2 free Metalfoes, which is just such a good opening. Search our scout, which I screw up here. You'll see why. Destroy that. Get a fusion. By no means should I have summoned that Mithrilium to the extra monster zone. I just was kind of... My internet's been going slow. It's on Wi-Fi, and it's just been slow, so I just kind of spaced it. But in this case, it doesn't matter too much. They're going to flip that down. And then we're going to get out the Vanisher, which I love this card. I actually prefer to summon it on the opponent's turn, because then obviously you can target a monster and banish it, either on the field or in their graveyard. Really good card. So we're going to attack for a little bit. And that's about all we're going to do, other than obviously setting the Super Poly. And then here, then on my turn, is kind of showing you guys some of the stuff you can do in battle phase with this deck. So we are, of course, going to get out as much attack as we can. And here they're going to be able to summon back some of their Paleos, lower attack of my monsters. Attack, they're going to activate another Paleo. It doesn't seem like we could win here. But then, of course, we have the Super Poly, which is an amazing card in this deck. And then we just make another monster. Since our Mithrilium was sent to the grave, we can summon out a monster from the extra deck. So we get just another free beater, Vanisher. And then that's how we're able to win here. So yeah, that's kind of some of the cool stuff, especially with Super Poly. Like I said, that's a crazy good card in this deck. So let's go to the second Metalfoes. Okay, and this one, I'm going first. And this is against a dueling robot. Sky Striker. So we're going to do Unexpected Die, get a free summon out, super nice, activate a couple of our scales, set that Metalfoes Fusion, use Metalfoes Fusion to get out the Mithrilium. That's always the one this and Alcahest are obviously the main ones you are going to be going to, especially first turn. We're going to use Rescue Rabbit, get out 2 more. And then now we're able to get another spell, the Metalfoes Fusion, which is one of the newer ones. Really nice card. And here, again, placement is everything. If you do make a fusion, you ideally would like to make it under the link zone. And I, just spaced it again. But we could have done even a little bit more here, but this is obviously enough. We're able to make the Alcahest and then summon back a monster for free because of Cross Sheep, which is really good. And then, yeah, we weren't able to go into our... I wanted to go into the Metalfoes Link monster with those two, but I couldn't because the Mithrilium was there. So that was a mistake, but it does not end up coming back to hurt us. They use Widow Anchor on Mithrilium. For what reason, I don't know. They should have used it on Alcahest, but it's the computer. What do you expect? And they're going to use their Hornet Drones. Get all this. And then we're going to use the Alcahest on the Kagari to equip that to it. And they have get the Hornet Drones. And attack. And then go into their Shizuku, of course. But then we still have our whole boards intact. You know, they didn't really destroy anything, so yeah, we're sitting pretty good. Tried to use Vanish's effect, but it's met with Solemn Warning, of course. And so we can't use him. Mithrilium, we're going to use that effect. Get rid of that. Obviously, they bring out the Ray. And they're going to Judgment our Metalfoes fusion. But then here, we're just going to attack. They're going to, of course, Tribute to summon out the Kagari. And then we're going to do a little bit of damage here. Almost kill them. They're down to 300 because of the warning. And the Judgment, so... But then again, they use the Widow Anchor on Mithrilium, and that's going to lose them the game. They get rid of the Super Poly, but I didn't have a card in hand to use it anyway. And then they're going to do their Sky Striker plays, but at this point, you know, we're going to, of course, use Alcahest again. Take that one. And they're going to make another one of their Sky Strikers, and... yeah, from here, we again, you know, they just don't have enough to do anything, and it's going to be an easy win from here on out. So yeah, Maxi, it doesn't really matter. We're going to get out this guy. Pretty cool. Able to get rid of that. Obviously force them to get out the Ray. And we have the Silvered. And then from here, yeah, get out that Melcaster. Destroy that, get a Metalfoes Fusion. Get a Gold Driver back to hand, and then we're normal summon it, and then of course go to battle phase. And then attack. 4 game there. They just didn't quite have enough. They would have really liked that last turn, but it doesn't always happen that way. Okay, and now the last replay that we have. Let's pause this. No, let's swap this. Okay, so this is again against a like a Grenmanju Thunder Border deck. Computer, of course. And we're going to use Scout. They are going to Judgment the Scout. We're going to just search another Scout and go our plays from there. Get the Monolith. Summoner's Art. Get the Volflame. And that Heavy Storm Duster obviously really hurt. So we're going to pretty much have to just go to our Cyber Dragon Nova. And they drop the Max C. This is the computer again. They pretty much just play whatever they want. I think this deck even plays 3 Max Cs, but I could be wrong. But yeah, we're going to go into our Nova and Infinity. They get to draw 2, which didn't want to happen, but kind of were forced to because we needed something on board. And they're going to get out their Eater of Millions and try to just, you know, destroy the Nova, or sorry, the Infinity. But we're going to negate that, get rid of it. And then from here, I mean, they're 2,600 life points left, so we just kind of need to do some of our plays. Metalfoes Counter is such a good card. So you saw that when a card is destroyed, we're now going to be able to summon, and of course, we're going to summon that Vanisher. That card is just too good. We're going to use this effect to get rid of Inspector Border, but they're going to impermanence, which we're going to respond with Infinity. Get rid of that. Go into Metalfoes Fusion, into the Mithrilium. Draw one with the Metalfoes Fusion. Get a Painful Decision. Normal summon, and they're going to get that Mithrilium, which I'm glad we didn't obviously attack with our Vanisher first, because they would have used Crackdown on that. But they get that one, which actually works in our favor a lot, because you'll see, again, when that's destroyed, or, sent from the field to the grave, you're going to be able to special summon one from the face-up extra deck or graveyard. And we're just going to get the highest attack we have, Volflame. And that's pretty much game there. So, yeah, that was just a few replays for you guys. Again, I'll be doing, miscellaneous videos like this every week. And I will actually be doing a deck profile tomorrow, because I did miss a few days this week. So, yeah, you'll get a deck profile tomorrow, and we'll catch you on the next one.